What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in today's video, we are going over the recent news that we got from FTX just about 30 minutes ago in regards to its future and what we can expect going forward. What we can see here is that FTX has now officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It says here in this announcement that FTX Trading Ltd announced today that it, West Realm Shire Services, Alameda Research, and approximately 130 additional affiliated companies, together the FTX Group, have commenced voluntary proceedings under Chapter 11 of the United States Bankruptcy Code in the District of Delaware in order to begin an early process to review and monetize assets for the benefit of all global stakeholders. We also did get information that Sam Bankman-Fried has resigned his role as CEO and will remain to assist in an orderly transition, with John J. Ray III taking on the role as CEO. It further goes on to say that the immediate relief of Chapter 11 is appropriate to provide FTX Group the opportunity to assess its situation and develop a process to maximize recoveries for stakeholders. The FTX Group has valuable assets that they can only be effectively administered in an organized joint process. I want to ensure every employee, customer, creditor, contract party, stakeholder, investor, governmental authority, and other stakeholder that we are going to conduct this effort with diligence, thoroughness, and transparency. Stakeholders should understand that events have been fast-moving and the new team is engaged only recently. Stakeholders should review the materials filed on the docket of the proceedings over the coming days for more information. So, kind of what we thought, right? Kind of what we expected. We saw Sam Bankman-Fried literally said if they do not get the funds necessary, they will go bankrupt. And now they're going bankrupt. Now, Chapter 11 is the same one that we saw filed by many companies earlier this year, such as Celsius, for example. And what this allows them to do is completely try to restructure all of their assets and expendable cash in order to pay back as much as possible out to stakeholders, but be protected legally for the most part, right? So what this says is that they're going to be able to restructure their current business model. It's not going to continue in the business, but restructure their business model, restructure their revenue model and their asset models in order to do their best at paying back all of the stakeholders and creditors that they owe the most money to. Typically what happens within Chapter 11 is that the companies involved are going to pay off in top-down fashion, in which it's going to be the top people that they owe the most money to, then the least, less money, the less money, the less money, and then the bottom feeders. Now the thing about it is your average retail investor is typically your bottom feeder. These are typically your people that they owe the least amount of money to. And so why would they pay us back first when they could pay back the venture capitalist firms that are going to, fund them for their next business venture, because that's all that's going to happen here, right? And so with that, of course, we have to pretty much understand that the likelihood of us getting funds back is extremely low. It would take an acquisition from another company, but if Binance won't do it, who's going to do it? You know what I mean? And so with that said, it does become a point in time where you have to start to accept that the likelihood of getting funds back is not really there. There may be like a 5 to 10% chance that some miracle allows this to happen. But for that reason, of course, I do believe that this could not only be pretty detrimental to crypto as a whole, but even some of the more specific ones, such as Solana, as we do talk about on this channel. Now, the reason I believe this could be detrimental to crypto as a whole is because they were one of the top 3 biggest exchanges in the world. So many people may have been on vacation, not paying attention, not checking the news, just simply hodling. And all you know is you check your account one day and you can't withdraw any of your money and it's all stuck there, realistically, possibly gone for good. And so as those people do start to, experience these feelings that many felt with Celsius or Voyager, it's going to drive them away from the space. No one's going to want to come back to the space because if they can't trust a top 3 exchange, who can they trust? And that big stain that it leaves on crypto, although I believe to be good in the long term as we flush out some of these bad players, it's bad in the short term because it will drive the the mass adoption and the overall acceptance of crypto away, and it'll make this whole process much slower. And so we always can imagine there will be regulation because of things like this, and it's just not good overall. And so with that said, we can also look at it from the perspective of Solana, as I know many of you did not only see the title, but you are Solana followers on my channel. You have to understand that Alameda Research is now a part of this. What's going to happen is those assets that are locked up and unlocked on Alameda are likely going to be liquidated in order to fund off and pay off their creditors. So what we can assume is that that massive portion of Solana that they hold will likely be sold off into the open market, or hopefully an OTC deal, so that it's not just some massive flooding on Solana, but realistically we could expect to see some liquidation soon here, which could halt the growth of Solana for quite some time until this process is finally complete, right? Because many people are going to be worried. Is 8% of the supply supply going to be dumped just like that one day as they are trying to pay off investors and creditors. It's that's going to be the constant thing on the back of people's minds. And so we have to be aware that Solana has a battle in front of it. Now, the good thing about it is, though, we can see people like the co-founder Raj. He is saying things like, if you're an independent team just itching to put your head down or already with your head down, focusing on building a product on Solana, Q1 will be your time to shine. We will show the power this global community of developers has to push Web3 forward. And so it's amazing to see that they are in a position to just, get back to focus, not worry about the things that are out of their control right now, and just continue to fundamentally develop the chain and their ecosystem, because that is going to be the only thing that is going to get them out of the mess that they put themselves into by taking on so much funding from VCs. And so with that said, I will continue to update you guys as this does play out. This video really just kind of confirms all of our thoughts from the last few days, and we do have to understand that there is a battle in the midst, especially for Solana. So before we do go ahead and wrap up today's video, I did want to let you guys know what is happening on Club Rare, so those of you who are interested can make some money from this giveaway. Okay, so what we know is that Club Rare is a company that focuses again on syncing your fit from real life to the metaverse. Their trademark is to trade real world collectibles and earn huge rewards on the community owned digital marketplace. Now, what they're doing is actually going to be a giveaway or some type of contest in which everyone who participates wins. So again, I thought it would be interesting for you all to at least hear about. So what is going to be again is the Grand Club Rare Liquidity Providers Contest. Club Rare is launching a new liquidity providers contest with guaranteed rewards in which everyone wins. So it's very simple, very easy. I'm going to explain how you get into it and for how long you can do it, and then what the rewards are. So all you're going to be doing is providing liquidity for AGOV or MPWR through the pairing of wrapped Ethereum. You'll be doing this all on Uniswap, and the more liquidity you add to these two pairs, the greater your reward will be. You add liquidity for at least $300, and then you will receive a portion of the $100,000 total reward that they're doing. Now, of course, this doesn't come with no risk. Obviously, if these pairs do lose a lot of value, you can lose the value of whatever you obviously provide, but there is some guaranteed rewards from the contest throughout the distribution of $100,000. Now, this is only going on from November 2nd to November 30th, so you do have roughly 22 days from the time of filming, but I do believe that this could be something that some of you would be interested in, especially if you are into the speculative world. And so what you do, you follow them on social media, you submit your wrapped Ethereum address through this link down here, and then you go ahead and provide liquidity for AGOV or for MPWR on Uniswap, and you are entered into the contest. You can see here that there is the current little list here of people who, how much they've provided and how much they're going to win. The number one guy, for example, has put in $676, and his current reward is $4,000. So as you can see here, this will probably dilute down a little bit. The rewards will get smaller as more people do it, but it is interesting to see that you can at least win guaranteed some type of rewards from providing liquidity for these two pairs. So with that said, that is going to be what is happening over on Club Rare. Definitely go check out the links in the description if you do want more information, but let's finish up this video. So with that said, I will continue to update you if you guys do enjoy. Just let me know simply by smashing that like button. I will have some technical analysis based videos coming out relatively soon, but I want to continue to update you guys on this because this is what is the most important right now. So with that said, again, I will see you guys very, very soon. Peace.